Ipob hails U.S. designation of Nigeria as country of particular concern, demands independent probe into Igboland killings. The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, a prominent Biafran self-determination movement, has issued a strong endorsement of the United States government's recent classification of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC, for severe violations of religious freedom. In a press release dated November 1, 2025, Ipob described the move as a moral victory, while calling for an independent international investigation into what it terms ethno-religious killings in Igboland, the Igbo-dominated southeastern region of Nigeria. Led by its detained supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ipob linked the U.S. decision to growing global scrutiny of Nigeria's handling of religious and ethnic tensions. The movement specifically referenced a recent Canadian court ruling that labeled Nigeria's two dominant political parties, the All Progressives Congress, APC, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, as terror-enabling organizations. Ipob portrayed these developments as evidence of international recognition of state-sponsored violence and genocidal attacks disproportionately affecting Christian and Igbo communities. This recognition is not merely symbolic. It represents a moral victory for justice, truth, and the sanctity of human life, the statement read. Ipob credited U.S. President Donald J. Trump, Senator Ted Cruz, and Biafran diaspora advocates for their relentless lobbying efforts. The U.S. State Department's CPC designation, typically reserved for nations engaging in or tolerating systematic religious freedom abuses, allows for potential sanctions or diplomatic repercussions. Nigeria has faced similar scrutiny in the past, with previous administrations citing issues like violence against religious minorities by extremist groups and alleged government complicity in northern and central regions. Ipob, however, argued that the designation falls short without further action. There remains an urgent need for an independent international inquiry into the root causes of persistent ethno-religious killings and insecurity in Igboland, the group stated. It demanded the unmasking of perpetrators, financiers, and political enablers to ensure accountability under international human rights law. The organization extended its praise to Biafrans worldwide and allies advocating against tyranny, impunity, and the ongoing genocide, targeting Igbo people and Christian communities in northern Nigeria and the Middle Belt region, a volatile area plagued by farmer-herder clashes and sectarian violence. Ipob predicted that the U.S. move could bring relief to these long-suffering populations. Founded in 2012, Ipob has campaigned for Biafran people to form an independent Biafra, invoking memories of the 1967-1970 Nigerian Civil War, which claimed over 1 million lives, mostly Igbo. The press release, signed by Ipob's Media and Publicity Secretary, Comrade Emma Powerful, framed the U.S. designation as a collective achievement for the great Ipob family, and a step toward dismantling what it called the Lugardian contraption, a reference to Nigeria's colonial amalgamation by British administrator Frederick Lugard in 1914. As of publication, the Nigerian government has not issued an official response to Ipob's statement or the latest U.S. CPC listing. Analysts suggest the designation could strain U.S.-Nigeria relations, particularly in areas of security cooperation against groups like Boko Haram, while amplifying calls for reforms in Africa's most populous nation.